Okay, so sometimes we have equations with uglier looking fractions that will break down into a linear equation. We first need to find a common denominator. And what we have to do is take one of every quantity that we have and make it part of our common denominator. So in other words, x plus 2 has to be part of the common denominator. X minus 2 is completely different. We can't separate the x from its plus, and we can't separate the x from its minus. So we have to have x minus 2 in our LCD. And at first glance, x squared minus 4 looks like a different quantity. But let's remember that things like x squared minus 4, well, there we go, can be factored. And recall that we can factor this as a difference of squares. So we can take the square root of x squared as x, and the square root of 4 is 2, and one of them plus and one of them minus, and that factors as a difference of squares. If you have forgotten your factoring, please get with me. I'll help you. We'll go over some factoring and get you back on track there, because these problems do require some factoring. So let's notice that this actually has the two things that these two denominators have, and that will often be the case. So our LCD is x minus 2, x plus 2. And remember before that we multiplied both fractions, or all of the fractions, by our common denominator. So I'm going to multiply x minus 2x plus 2. And actually, let me just copy and paste this. It'll make it easier. I'm going to multiply the first fraction by x minus 2, x plus 2. I'm going to multiply the second fraction, and just trying to, by x minus 2, x plus 2. And I'm going to multiply my third fraction by x minus 2, x plus 2. All right, now let's go through and cross cancel, and hopefully it'll just let me draw on this again. All right, so the x plus 2 that I have in this denominator is going to cancel with this x plus 2. So I still have a 2 left and an x minus 2 left right there. Over here, this x minus 2 will cancel with this x minus 2 I put in front of it. So I'll still have that negative right there, and the 3 and the x plus 2 left here. And then let's remember x squared minus 4 factored as x minus 2x plus 2. So this will cancel with this, leaving me just a 5x over here. So what I've got left a 2, oops, let's see if I can just get out of the draw feature here. There we go. A 2 times x minus 2 in this first position here. And then there is a minus sign there, kind of hard to tell because of the stuff I've crossed out. So I have a minus sign. And then I have this 3 times the x plus 2. And then I have a 5x. Now it's a linear equation, so let's distribute our 2 and our minus 3. So we'll have 2x minus 4, and oops, negative 3x minus 6, and then a 5x. Let's add like terms. So on the left, 2x and negative 3x is just negative x. Negative 4 and negative 6 is negative 10. And I've got 5x. Now let's get our x's together on one side, and it's easier to move the negative x. So I'm going to add x on both sides. On the left side, my negative x and my positive x will cancel out. I still have a negative 10. On the right, 5x and x is 6x. And then lastly, let's divide out our 6 and get it away from our x. So we'll have negative 10 divided by 6. 6x divided by 6. And that's going to give me, if I reduce by 2, 2 goes into 10 5 times and into 6 3 times. This will just be x. Now we always want to check and make sure that this doesn't cause our denominator to be 0. Up here, only a negative 2 will cause this denominator to be 0, and that's not negative 2. And here, a positive 2 will cause this denominator to be 0, and that's not positive 2. And this will actually have the same values, negative 2 or positive 2, that cause it to be 0, since it factors as those two things. So this is okay. This is our solution.